So, hello everyone, I am Pravina, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most important systems that makes the internet easy to use, the domain name system, commonly known as DNS. So, now first let's look into its definition. The DNS stands for Domain Name System. It is a hierarchical and distributed system that translates human readable domain names into numerical IP addresses. So in simple words, when we type a website name like www dot, for example, we would take LinkedIn, Facebook, anything which any social media app. If you type if you type that app, like for example, I take LinkedIn www.linkedin.com, the DNS converts it into a IP address such as like 178.108.10.10, so which computers can easily understand that numerical values. Then we do that without DNS, we would have to remember these long numbers for every website, which is very difficult. For the website you reach, you don't have to remember the website's name, but you have to remember the IP address, which is very impractical and difficult to memorize those IP numbers for each and every website. For every website, these IP numbers varies. So this would be very difficult and impractical. Then let's see the problem DNS solves. Let's understand the problem DNS actually solves. So let's take two scenarios. First, without DNS and with DNS. When we see without DNS, we have, like I said, we have to memorize. We would need to memorize IP addresses like which I have given in the slide. These long IP numbers for every site you visit. Like for particular site, it would be this IP number. For if you take LinkedIn, it would be another IP address. For Facebook, it would be another IP address. For Instagram, it would be another IP address, and for Twitter, it would be another IP address. So it's very difficult. And with DNS, when we consider a scenario with DNS, we just type names like www.linkedin.com, www.facebook.com, www.instagram.com, www. What you say, any .coms, any domain names, any website names you could give. This makes the internet more user friendly and easy to access for billions of users around the world. So this is a major problems that DNS solves. So next is how DNS works. Let's take a step-by-step journey. So first, you enter a URL link. I have taken example for Geeks for Geeks, which I used to refer. You could take anything, any organizations, any .coms or any uh, edus, anything. For example, you type this one, and then it goes to local cache check. The second step, the browser checks if it is already know the IP address from previous visit. You have If you have recently visited that site, then the IP would be stored recently, so that it will open directly. If then if it is not found, it will send the DNS resolver query. It will send to DNS resolver query. If that is not found, the recently, if you are not logged into that particular website, uh, the request goes to the internet service provider, ISP's DNS, like Geo, Airtel, like that. The It depends on which you use. So it moves to the internet service provider, ISP's DNS resolver. Then it moves to root server lookup. So the resolver then asks the root server where to find the next level. Then it moves to TLD server direction. The root server directs the resolver to the TLD server. For example, .coms, .org. Actually, this TLD server doesn't know the exact IP addresses of the particular domain, but it knows the top level domain. So it gives to the authoritative server. The TLD server points to the authoritative server. For example, this the particular website .com. Then the authoritative server will give IP address. The IP address returned. Next, the authoritative server provides the correct IP address. Then the connection is established. Finally, your computer connects to a web server and the website loads. And all of these steps happen in just a few milliseconds, giving us fast and smooth browsing. This is how DNS works. The next is the DNS hierarchy explanation. So the DNS system works in three main layers and each layer has a special role. First, the root DNS server. These are the top of the DNS structure. They know where the TLD servers like I have told you .com, .org, .net, .edu, .in are located. Where are these TLD servers are located? Then TLD servers. These handle specific domain extensions like .com, .org, .edu, etc. They guide queries to the correct authoritative servers. Then comes authoritative servers. These servers store the actual DNS records and provide the IP addresses for a particular domain. These are the DNS hierarchy, uh, which is being explained in these three distinct layers, and it plays a critical role in resolving domain names across the internet. The next, so before that we have why this hierarchy matters. This hierarchical structure is very important because it ensures scalability and reliability. So the distributed structure helps the DNS handle billions of queries every day efficiently without overloading any single server. And reliability, if one server fails, other takes over. This redundancy keeps the internet stable and prevents website downtime. And then comes the key takeaways. Key takeaways are DNS makes the internet simple by allowing us to use names instead of IP numbers. It follows multi-step processes from browser, resolver, root, TLD, authoritative server. The system is both fast and reliable. The hierarchical structure ensures scalability and stability. DNS is truly the backbone of internet communication. So on conclusion, I would conclude the domain name system DNS is what makes the internet user friendly and accessible. It converts complex IP addresses into easy to remember names, allowing smooth and quick access to websites worldwide, all happening within milliseconds. And thank you. Thank you.